This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
And Pig Trail Nation's Alyssa Orange joining us on halftime here on this Wednesday. We always appreciate your time, Alyssa. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. I always appreciate hearing that song right before my segment. It pumps me up.
If you got any other songs that have the word orange in it, we're ready. You know, I just can't think of any.
I mean,
top of my head.
Orange Blossom Special, but there's no lyrics to it. So,
and we're not playing Rocky Top for you. That's just not going to happen.
Not happening.
No. If I find any, I'll pass them on your way. But that is a little tough.
All right, so I mean, we're going to throw it out there to the listeners. Give us songs with the word orange in it, please. 877-377-6963.
I want to ask her what's
6963.
What's your favorite? What's your last concert? What's your favorite concert? What do you listen to?
Oh, wow! So I love concerts. Actually, the last one I went to, Dixie Chicks, up here a couple months ago.
Nice.
Did Stapleton a couple months ago, but I am a big Leon Bridges fan, and he was in Tulsa.
Oh,
in
he's
May,
great.
And got to go over there, and it was really intimate, old theater, amazing. So, really, probably hands down one of my favorite I've been to.
Phil, what about 500 to 1,000 people? How many people do you like when you go into a show? I mean, unless you're going to see the Chili Peppers or something, but don't you kind of like it to be less than 1,000 people? It just seems
a little intimate, somewhat intimate. Yeah, that was like the Weird Al concerts that I went to with Maddie. That was, you could describe that as intimate, right?
I mean, we were that close.
Well, he almost spit on us. We were 2 rows away.
I think I got a few spit particles on my glasses.
That's right.
I was happy.
How about Alyssa? How about a citrus theme? Matt is a big fan of Dope Lemon. Would that be okay, or does it have to be an orange?
Do you dig Dope Lemon?
I don't know who that is, so I'm going to have to Spotify that. But I'm open to the citrus family. I mean, we could even go a little vitamin C and throwback music from her back in the day that kind of fits into the same orange realm. I think that's fair.
Just got a text. There's a song called "Something in the Orange." Now, who does this song? Because this is called listener participation.
Oh, that's
on
Zach
halftime.
Bryan.
There you go.
Very good. Thank you very much. Let's see, a text out of the 479 and a Jen. Yeah, thank you for those texts.
Thank you, Jen.
Yes, so that helps us out here. So, Alyssa, Sam Pittman said that KJ did not throw much at practice yesterday, and he threw a little. He mentioned Malik is practicing well. The team believes in him and everything. This was what he said at the teleconference this morning. Do you feel like he's giving the team some leeway here for KJ to not start against LSU, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I also think, it was there last week. I don't necessarily know if they appreciated what Jaden Hazelwood told us about, hey, Malik threw to me all week. I had no idea who was starting until you guys did. But that's how it was the week before. And so, I'm interested to see, and I think we're getting to that point, is at what point is it just not worth it for KJ to play and to see how he feels week to week, or even just take the rest of the season off, because I truly think that KJ Jefferson should come back next year. So I look at it in that perspective, and I think that you don't want to do more harm to KJ in that shoulder and whatever might be wrong to it. If these last 3 weeks you say, okay, we've got Malik Hornsby, we're going to trust in him and see where he can take this football team. And unfortunately, you've got an LSU team and an Ole Miss team who are playing really, really well, and you can't go to Missouri thinking that's going to be win number 6. You really wish you'd have taken care of business last week, got that 6th win out of the way. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, probably felt a little bit better if Malik Hornsby was playing the rest of the season, or at least week-to-week basis, if you had that 6th win under your belt. But at some point, you have to have some kind of rhythm with these wide receivers. And you can't just have Malik throw to him all week and then KJ throw to him on Saturday. It's not going to be successful. So I think they're really starting to be like, okay, we've got to do something about this.
Yeah, it's what scares you most about this LSU team besides their quarterback? When I look at the stats, they're kind of even stats when you look at the team comparatively. Who scares you the most on this LSU team? Who do we have to stop?
Well, offensively, I mean, I'm not trying to just throw this guy out there because I was a huge fan of his dad back in the day. But I think if you watch that Alabama game again, and Mason Taylor, the tight end, huge game for him, caught that game-winning touchdown and then that 2-point conversion. He could be really hard to stop because Arkansas's defense has had trouble stopping big physical tight ends, not just this season, but in the past couple of seasons, right? And that could be a weapon that could be huge for LSU offensively. And then defensively, I just think the energy and the way that Joe Fouché and Greg Brooks have been playing this season is pretty good. And then you add on the fact that they're coming back to Fayetteville in an LSU jersey. I would not be surprised at all if they play or attempt to play out of this world. And those guys have something to prove. They've got a chip on their shoulder. So I just think you have to pay attention to those two guys who have been playing really well right now. I mean, you look at Joe Fouché, he had a big-time sack that came at a huge point in the game against Alabama. He had that pick in the end zone against Ole Miss. Playing really well this year.
Well, I tell you, they got a couple of guys defensively that you got to watch out for. Harold Perkins Jr. is a true freshman linebacker, and once they kept him on the field for, I think he was just coming in on pass rushing downs. Now they've got him out for, all 3 downs of a series. And B.J. Ojulari. These two get to the quarterback a lot and pressure the quarterback a lot. So I just have a feeling like, it's not like KJ will be running for his life the whole game, but he's going to need to make some escapes from those two specifically.
Yeah. I think what really concerned me last week, Phil, was just how long KJ was holding on to the ball. And that's a concern, right? Like, KJ's got to get that ball out. You've got to make those decisions a little bit quicker, go through those progressions a little bit quicker, because I think a lot of those sacks from a week ago were because KJ was holding on to that ball just a little bit too long. And I don't know if that's hesitation with the shoulder or if it's just a decision-making because he doesn't necessarily want to run with that shoulder. But that could be detrimental for that offense if he's not able to get that ball out quickly, do some just quick hits, down the middle or your check down real quick to the running back to be able to just get the ball out and not take so many hits.
And I think you're right, and that's on the OC. The OC has to see that. You looked around and you watched that Alabama LSU game, and those quarterbacks are getting it and throwing it out there quick. We didn't do a whole lot of that, and I would have liked to see the OC have a little awareness and see that and get them some. As a confidence, let's get them some completions. Let's get them going instead of holding on to the ball and trying to force it downfield. Exactly right.
Well, the check down was there. If you go back to the BYU game, I was sitting beside DJ Williams, and DJ Williams was like, that check down is there every single play. That, that's AJ, check down to AJ Green, check down to AJ Green, Rocket Center. Like, it was there every single play, and it got them into a rhythm, got that offense going. There just was a lack of any kind of rhythm last week. And anything to just get KJ, like you said, build his confidence up. Little quick hits here and there. Build that confidence up, and then you can maybe make that throw to Keytron Jackson on 3rd down where you don't throw it behind his shoulder.
Yeah, I thought Trey Knox could have had he should have had 3 touchdowns. I mean, obviously that fluke that he just hands it to him, and we're going to have to play this week. I think we're going to have to play that perfect game to beat LSU.
They are. They're going to have to play a really, really good game. And look, I'll tip my cap to Arkansas's defense last week. I know that eventually they kind of started to wear down, but at the beginning of that game when their offense wasn't executing at all, they were able to come in and hold their own, and that was good to see. But they have to be sharp. This LSU offense can run all over them and throw all over really anybody in the SEC. I'm not just trying to single out Arkansas's defense. But Arkansas has to keep up with LSU on the scoreboard, and you can't be playing catch-up because it didn't work playing catch-up against Liberty last week. I don't think it's going to work against LSU, and so if you don't get something going early, it might be a really long night, or I say morning on the Hill this weekend.
Well, it's going to be a long weekend for you and the Pig Trail Nation folks and all of us who cover as many of these events as we can. Women's basketball, 10:30 in the morning Friday.
Yeah.
Soccer's in the NCAA tournament at home in Fayetteville against Missouri State. I think it's at 6 Friday. Men's basketball, 7 o'clock Friday. I know I'm probably missing volleyball and a couple of other things, and we got the 11 o'clock football game. It's like, you ready to sleep 24 hours on Sunday, Alyssa?
Hey, absolutely. Hey, and by the way, there is still high school football. I think it's the first week of playoffs, and our Fox show does a high school football show, so we got to do a little bit of that. I mean, even today, Phil, we just got off a Zoom with Dave Van Horn talking about fall ball concluding. We've got 3 more with coaches today. I've got a women's basketball signing today down at Farmington to look forward to, and it's a lot. Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up, Buttercup. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much.
Anybody want to drop me off a coffee?
Football is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. And as your continued source for all sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events like MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.